Hello everyone, welcome to Car Stories where we talk about everything cars, the Glasgows, the Lagos, traffic, the Lagos, every single thing, we talk about it. I am Tobi Akishala and I'm here with my co-host Segun. And we have a very special guest today. Segun, do the honors.
Well, very, very special. Not just any guest.
Yes, so
It took a lot to bring this man here.
I mean the
I
OG.
mean, The OG. When you hear OG before IG, this is him.
That's him.
Anyways, his name is Mr. Kayode odubela. He owns Code Red
Code Red Technologies.
Code-
Code Red Technologies, pardon
Code
me.
Red Technologies.
Yeah.
You should hear Code Red Technologies. But we all know him
Yeah.
on the street of IG as the Dautodoc.
Yes.
So once you see that Dautodoc, once you see the Dautodoc, just know that is him. I know that this guy is telling you fact. Either from the UK or from Nigeria, he's telling you what it is that is really
100%.
what it is. 100%. It's not Lamba.
Yeah, no
No
lie.
It's
doubt.
not
sure.
Lamba. If you should tell you,
Exactly.
if you tell you that
It's
he
not
has seen-
content.
It's not content. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have time for
It's
content.
facts.
If he tells you, if you are seeing that your car is doing like this, it's because you are doing like this.
Just
Leave
take it.
Take it or leave it. That's how good he is. He's been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I knew him before he knew me.
Mm.
And that's from Unilag days when he had that V-boot with the name emblem
Odubi.
on
At
it,
the back.
Odubi. That time I just used to see some guy with one V-boot
V-boots.
that was tinted. Who is this guy? I think that time I had the Corolla, but I was like,
How time
who
flies.
is this guy? Who is this guy? Then, as time went on, I was also in the business of this car fixing thing. And one day, somebody said he crashed his car, but the car is in the shop, and then I should send parts to this man's shop. Now, I sent parts to this man's shop. And for every time I sent the part, it was rejecting it. Me, say, I say, what's happening? Why is this guy rejecting the part? He didn't know me. I couldn't even recognize him facially. Why is this guy rejecting parts? But apparently, he was so good at what he was doing that the parts that the vendor that was getting it from too was delivering were dead parts. And
Substandard.
that's a problem with Nigeria.
Yeah.
Me
Big
believing my own supplier that is the main guy. Or it was sending dead parts. And I think we even got into a phone argument or something. Baba did not know me. Me say I did not know him. Only for years after. And I had a mutual friend. We had a mutual friend. That was Captain Shune was here a while back. And they went to the shop together. And I said, you don't know me, but can you remember?
I think I can remember that conversation. I remember
But
now.
it was just like, okay. But we moved on. And that's the thing about the car community. There's always love.
Yeah.
And also that's why we are here. There's just always love. Where we don't hide updates. It's not the one that will be sharing prayer point and then when it's time for update, you hide it. In this car community,
Yeah.
everybody loves everybody. Though
Yeah.
sometimes people agree to disagree.
But that's
So-
normal.
That's normal.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, after looking at the man's business and everything and looking at how he's doing things, I mean, it was a learning curve for me too. So first things first, me myself, I will inspect before I send to somebody. So that they will not come and tell me that I didn't you see this thing. Because I think I even went there and he told me categorically, this, can't you see it? And I saw it and I just swallowed saliva and moved on. And I called the supplier and said, oh, guy, this thing that you supplied, you said, are you blind? But that's how it is at the end of the day. We will always sit down, talk, deliberate.
Yeah.
You need something, I need something. I mean, before you talk to 3-4 people, you will know that, okay, you are going in the right path or you are going in the wrong path. There are times as easy, even in the UK, I will message him, see this part number, or see the picture that I'm seeing for it. Is it it? I'll be like, okay, yes, you're on the right track. So that because imagine me importing a part, then I'll come and chop cane.
Yeah.
Because
That'd
and all of us have experienced it. Importing the wrong part
It's part of the trade.
Yeah.
is very heartbreaking because come on, I buy a part, $1,000. I wait for it for 2 weeks. It comes, I'm excited to go and put it in the car.
Only for it to be the wrong
Then
thing.
it's the wrong thing. Bro, it breaks heart.
Yeah,
So if I have to ask him 10 times, I say, no vex, so Baba, we know you are the king of this thing. But that's just the truth.
Yeah.
He's been there for so many of us.
Yeah.
And now he's an
Amen.
OG.
Yeah, so it's the
So-
OG.
You stop making me feel old.
So, bro, no. When I say OG, the experience is there.
Yeah, no
The
lies,
experience
no
is
lies.
there.
I'm not gonna
I mean,
lie.
if I want to ask you questions, we are not going to leave here today.
Yeah.
Sure.
If
mean,
you want
I'm
to
not going
start
to
talking
leave
about
here
the
at all.
experiences, I mean, we'll not leave it there. But
Understand that.
you are very, very welcome to Car Stories.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. My pleasure
Yeah.
being here as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm sure even some other people outside might not really know him in that aspect, but they might know him as the father of Godzilla. And also, when you're always talking about people that always shouting, "No peace for
No
the
peace
wicked."
for the wicked.
That's
It's
it.
the one. No peace for the weekend.
I made that
Yeah.
slogan
He-
famous.
Yes, he
Yes,
made it
yes.
famous.
Yeah.
So he's done things. I mean, but I'll ask you one question first.
Yeah.
I just want you to, or rather, I will have you reintroduce yourself because I introduced you. I'll have you reintroduce yourself and just tell us the cars you own. Maybe now that you're away, you might not want to say men, but just tell us the cars you own or you've owned.
Okay. My name is Kayode Odubela, aka Dautodoc, as everyone knows me. Let me just go straight to the point. So the question you asked, right? How many cars have I owned? I can't count though. Because you see, I
Not
didn't
count. Sorry to continue. Not count.
Yeah.
Names.
Yes. Because see, as a car enthusiast, it's difficult to own one car because different cars give
Sure.
you different feels, right? So I humbly started from a Peugeot 504.
Whoa.
Then after a Peugeot 504, I did a Toyota Tercel. And after a Toyota Tercel, I think I went to a Mercedes-Benz V-Boot.
That one I know.
Then after the V-Boot, I went to a 99 C-Class.
I think I know that one.
Then
too. I
after
know
the
that
99 C-Class, I went to, that was well, from the V-Boot, my love for Mercedes started. So 99 C-Class, then I did a 2003 C-Class, then a 2004 C-Class,
one.
then a 2005 E500. Then after the E500, I now did a 2007 ML500.
I remember that email.
Yeah. Then after the ML500, that's when I jumped to, what was it? GL550.
I know that one too.
So I had a GL550. My missus had an ML350. Then while I had the GL, that was when I bought the famous Godzilla.
Well, all in all of this, you had a Lexus, right? You didn't mention it. Now you will fight.
I have
because
a
me, I'm a Lexus lover.
Lexus. And it's because the Lexus that I have is because, considering the fact that German cars are not cars you really pack down. They don't do well with you packing them down, especially the newer ones. So I just decided to play safe. And that's why I decided to get a GS460.
Wait,
Just to play
there's
safe.
still one Lexus that I think you had.
I had an IS. I had a Lexus IS250.
Was
the
it
older,
250?
Yeah, it was the older
The
version.
Yes,
It was first generation
Yes.
IS250. Yes, so
Come on.
it was NA. I remember I was hoping to get the one that had the twin turbo, but I couldn't find that one. So then I even had the Scion.
You have to have
I had
a
a Scion.
you have to have a Lexus.
I had the Sienna too. That one was doing school runs. Toyota Sienna, I think was a 2013. Then cars don't go sha.
That's why I said it's the OG before IG.
Then even when I had the E500, I bought a 2000. When I had the 2004 E500, I bought a 99 C-Class as a second car. Then that was how much I love Mercedes-Benz, and I mean it's a lovely car. I'm not gonna lie, but you see the thing is when you're in this business and you're an enthusiast, you get to a particular age bracket where you realize that newer cars are just problematic.
I agree.
Newer cars are problematic. See, technology is improving people's how people experience things, but it's complicating how we repair things.
Yeah.
So the user experience is different from the maintenance experience.
Yes.
So we that fix these newer cars, customers don't know what we go through. Technology complicates things because I'll be honest with you, the sweetest cars that were ever produced happened from up until 2012, 2013. Those cars were almost bulletproof.
I
I
agree.
agree.
Those cars were almost bulletproof.
And you see this thing that you just said, I have something that happened to me recently. So 2 cars, a Honda and a...
Oh, I had a Honda. I have a Honda
I know you
Civic
have a
SI.
Honda
Yeah.
I was going
So
to
a
mention
Honda
that.
CR-V that I've been working on for a while. That's a 2018 CR-V and a 2021 GLE. Now, the Honda CR-V came in salvage from the US, and trust me, I was like, it's not front accident. Let's fix it. But do you know what drained me as a repairer?
Yeah.
that radar sensor.
No, that thing is horrible.
That thing drained me mentally.
Yeah.
Because every single time it will tell you the alignment, there's a misalignment.
Misalignment, yes. That
You
thing is
do
horrible.
the alignment tire.
And the equipment is not cheap.
The equipment is not cheap. In fact, I had to go and meet somebody that owns the equipment because I don't own it.
I was even looking at buying one, pardon to jump in. I was seeing almost $14,000.
So that thing put so much, because right after that, I did that thing like 20, 30 times, bro. Because I have to buy everything, single
yes.
part, down to the rubbers that hold it.
Yes.
If one thing is like this, bro,
Once it's
that's
just
it.
an angle off.
You
it's not
see
going
those
to work.
lights on the dashboard. So for me, the Express was, I'm like, what's
What's
this?
all this?
What's all this? Whereas if it was a Toyota plug program,
and play, go, yeah.
Now when that GLE came in, I was like, bruh, I hope I'm not going to have the same issue, because I know Benz too can be mad like that. But the fixing and programming of that thing was 200 times easier than the Honda. Now, what I'm trying to say is, in as much as I had that experience with the Honda, I really took that fear to the Mercedes. And at the end of the day, I was at the overall experience of both of them. If you tell me now that you want to buy a car that is crashed in front, I'll tell you, why don't you try and find the side one,
impact
or find
rear.
one that the sensor is even still there, so we will avoid drama. But I mean, anybody can buy anything at the end of the day. It depends on the deals you get. And that's why that experience thing comes in, because the owner would not really know what I go through. Because mind you, for that CRV, for every time we need to do that alignment, we have to drop the bumper. In the process, the bumper can scratch. So
clips can break.
You might, if you're not careful, you might have to change bumper.
Change the bumper or paint it again.
Or you paint. So how does that? And you can't keep going back to the owner because you pay for paint. What's the owner's business? But I tell them, you see this thing that you want to do is X, Y, Z. So that's why when you mention the experience, I'm like, and I agree.
As we are speaking, I'm even remembering two other cars. So while I had Godzilla, the E55 AMG, which I bought for myself as a birthday gift, I bought another E55 AMG that I was going to use as a project car. And somebody drove to my shop one day with a C55 AMG 2006. It had engine problems and he was frustrated. And immediately I told him I'll buy it. I bought the car without the engine. Then I removed the engine and gear from the E55 AMG.
And put it inside.
And put it inside the C55 AMG. Then I butchered the E55 AMG as spares for Godzilla. So that was ongoing. Then somebody called me from Surulere and said there's one CLS 55 AMG that they just abandoned somewhere. I said, send me a picture. So the person sent me the pictures. Look, I don't know what was wrong with me. I had not seen this car physically. I only just saw it. I paid for the car without seeing it. Paid for a tow truck to go and bring the car and bring it straight to the shop. So it's no.
I also remember there's another E55 that you had, but you had it, but you didn't have it, the burnt one.
Oh yes. So yeah,
burnt one.
So I blew Godzilla's engine one time. So I now bought a burnt one from the US, butchered it, brought it in as part. How can I forget my CLK 55 AMG?
That one that gave me the tire mark.
The revs are wrong way. How can I forget the CLK 55 AMG?
I think that was
my friend bought it and he went to start tormenting them in Abuja.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was my friend
that car was something. The car was untamed. There was just something about
all my cars are untamed.
I think that was all your cars are untamed, but I think that particular car, that was the beginning of it being that's no place for the wicked.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I was not always like that. I love cars, yes. I was just on about
something just snapped.
I was just on about fixing cars because that's what I love doing. So I turned a passion into a business. So I wasn't into it for business sake. It was for passion sake. Because trust me, it was for business sake. I'd made a lot of losses, right?
Yeah.
But the passion kept me going. So I turned passion into business. So while I was there, we have a mutual friend, Shino. He used to come, he'd just be like, guy, what's going on? You have this car, come and do you know how to drift? All you just have to do is this, that. I mean, I was quite conservative then, no. I was just there on my own. Shino said, no, just come, take your car, just try, So Shino just said, just turn the hand this way, just rev, just keep your throttle at about 3,000 RPM. The first moment I drifted,
that was
I never looked back again.
It didn't look back.
There was no going back. Shino was literally the one that unlocked my madness. And from then on, full unlocking. And from then on, there was no going back. There was no going back.
I said that car, I was inside that car when he was doing that period when
And you know, for me,
I
like
just
I
said,
said,
this guy.
it's passion, because there are a lot of cheat cars now, which don't have a soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, it was making a car, taking a car and making it into something, right? That's what Godzilla is. But many cars now are cheat cars. If you just buy an E63S, for example, it's already a cheat car. What do you want to do? If you are tuning it, what the car already has, you can't tame it.
Yeah. So
So
why
you're
you
just
wasting your time?
tuning it, just making it into something you still can't tame.
Yeah.
You understand? But the E55 was a car that came from a generation where it was at some point the fastest luxury sedan. So it had definition, it had class, and I took that and I made it my own baby project. So it's character for me, because some people say, why don't you buy all these latest AMG GT and all that? And I'm like, look,
already complicated.
like I told you earlier when we're talking off camera, I said there are some cars mechanics don't own.
Yeah.
Those cars are meant to keep us in business. And that's the sincere
He said
truth.
that thing to me, and I was like,
That's
this is the
sincere
wildest
truth.
thing I've heard in a while.
There are some cars you will notice mechanics don't own them, but they fix them a lot. In fact, they know it like the back of their hands. If you wake them up
But
from
they
sleep,
won't buy it.
they will never buy it. Those cars are meant to keep the industry moving.
I beg, don't mention the names of those cars so that we'll not be out of business.
You know, so it's not like I can't buy new cars or anything, but you see, because of the fact that I'm in and out quite often, parking such tech cars down, you know, cars that have so much technology doesn't really work.
Yeah. So I was going to even bring up, having interacted with, you know, you being in Nigeria for, like you said, almost more than 17 years since you started
the business
Yes.
here about 17
and
years
then
now.
having to go to the UK, and it's like
Yeah.
maybe 3-4 years now.
Yeah,
And
3
you've
years.
been able to push as far as you have pushed.
Yeah.
And looking at both angles, what can you say about the maintenance culture in here in Nigeria and over there? Because I'm sure you've seen that these are two different worlds.
So I'll be very honest with you. I'll be very, very candid with you. When it comes to car maintenance, the mindset of an average Nigerian and the mindset of an average Brit or anybody who lives abroad is the same.
Wow.
Yes, they don't maintain cars there as well.
Wow.
But I'll tell you where the difference is. They have a system that works. Now you see the whole MOT we do here, or what do they call it?
Yeah.
Roadworthiness.
Roadworthiness,
Where you
yes.
take your car to a station for testing and all that. Nobody complies with it. You and I know that there are so many cars on the road that are not meant to be on
They're
the
not
road.
roadworthy at
They are
all.
not roadworthy at all. So there is a compliance problem with that. But you see over there, the moment your car fails an MOT test or a roadworthiness test, it renders your car unsafe for the road. So immediately your insurance goes invalid. You can't drive the car. So literally, if you take your car to an MOT station and it fails MOT, that car can't leave that place. You have to fix it by law. You can't drive it. So those processes that have been put in place, right, is what makes people think these cars are well maintained. Because at the end of the day, when you take the car for MOT and it fails on some certain things, you don't have a choice than to fix. You understand? You don't have a choice than to fix. So fixing it brings the car back to life.
Yeah.
And MOT is yearly. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, a lot of them don't know anything about cars. They just wait for when it's due for MOT. They take the car to the MOT station. The MOT then checks everything. And over there, MOT is thorough. They check your tires. They check your brakes, even though they don't check your engine oil. But they check your tires. They check your brakes. They check your suspension. Right? They check for corrosion on the car. They check for headlight intensity. They check your seat belts. They check your wiper blades. They check your windshield washer. They check your windshield washer. They check your windscreen for chips, cracks, and transparency level. So all these things already are enough to keep the car in pristine condition. So literally, all you have to do is just service the car. Because aside servicing the car, the MOT has checked everything else. They wouldn't check your engine oil or your gear oil. You understand? If you drive your car and it's misfiring to an MOT station, the misfire is not their problem. You understand? But you see, all these checks, all these processes that have been put in place is what keeps these cars looking pristine. In the UK, you can't drive your car with one broken side mirror or one broken headlamp. You see? So these laws that have been put in place is the reason why people, an average Nigerian, will think they have better maintenance culture. No, they just have better processes. So if back here, these processes are in place, you realize that the appearance of cars on the road here will look better. Do you understand me? But there are some people that have windscreens that's, in fact, some of them even have
Cheap, yeah.
broken windscreen and they're
Yeah.
still driving it. Nobody's going to stop them. When road safety stop you, they are too many, so the fact that these processes are not closed end to end is why it now affects car maintenance. Because literally here you see that an average Nigerian just keeps driving his car till it breaks. You understand? Also, because of the fact that here most people become mechanics out of desperation or because they've dropped out of school or something like that, there's always corruption in between.
Yeah.
So over there, people understand what maintenance is. Maintenance is changing something that is expected to be changed at a set time, not because it's bad, but because it has gotten to its expected usage period
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, the
lifespan. Thank you. It has gotten to its expected lifespan where it has given you what it's meant to give you. Anything after that lifespan, it has a likelihood of failing. So that is taken care of. Now, timing belts are included because here you realize that some people say, I will just drive my timing belt cuts. Over there is part of maintenance. So before it even cuts, you are meant to change it at a set mileage.
Yeah.
But bring that back to Nigeria now. Imagine you driving to my workshop and I say, okay, your timing belt is getting weak. You have to change it. You say, you have come again. You want to collect money. You want to scam me. What's wrong with the timing belt? The car is not misfiring. So you see that mindset, the
Of
fear.
even fixing that timing belt.
So when the fear of being scammed and the fear that this mechanic probably wants to rip me off and he probably doesn't know what he's going to do, and the fact that these processes are not in place to also hold mechanics accountable when they mess up, is why we drive cars till they break in Nigeria. You understand?
Yeah.
I try to imbibe that maintenance culture in people, but you hear them saying, well, I don't have money for that one. Shebi is not sport. I shall know I'll be driving it. That's the average Nigerian's mindset. So you can't really break it. You advise them, you're as a professional, once you give them the advice, it's the client's choice to either take it or leave it. But you've done your part.
Another thing that I wonder is why. So a lot of people, I've experienced something where the customer brings a car in, and maybe it's just one small thing that is wrong with it. We fix it, and then the next day they start saying, "Oh, after you brought my car back, this one started doing, next started making noise. This thing started doing
Yeah.
this."
Service a car.
Let's rewind. Let's rewind. And I'll tell you where the genesis of this starts from. An average car on the market in Nigeria is salvaged.
I agree.
That's the genesis
Of this problem.
Now, because an average car in Nigeria is salvaged, some repairs are shady because customers or owners are trying to manage, let me not say cut costs, they are trying to manage costs. Now, some are ready to pay, but they are now met with mechanics from hell.
From hell.
So that is where the genesis starts. Now, a car that is salvaged, it has been botched up because over there, salvage cars are done properly because, like I said, processes are in place. When they now come to inspect the car after the accident, they do proper checks. And if it's not well done, they fail it. They tell you the car is not roadworthy and you scrap it.
Yeah.
But here, there's nobody to check. All the accidented cars that have come into this country, please, is there anybody that is responsible for checking whether
There's
whether
no
the
one.
structural integrity
Yes,
is
okay.
exactly.
We've seen cars on the
I've
road
seen
before.
so many
We've seen
cars
cars
that
on the
are
road before that are going
driving.
beside.
Yes, no.
And you'll be wondering,
What's going on?
this guy is crip walking, man. What are you
Exactly.
saying? You understand? So there is nobody that is there to put those checks in place. Those checks and balances, they are not there. So that's the genesis. Now, the person comes and something is faulty. You then have to repair. There is every tendency that you would have to go to that section that had been salvaged before to take some things apart to gain access to what you want to fix. What is damaged is damaged. What wasn't repaired properly was not repaired properly. So by the time you now put the things back together, that thing that was damaged from the accident when the car was even brought into the country now starts showing its true color. Now, some of this has to do with negligence on the part of us mechanics and our staff, because I know everything. I don't know everything, but I know most of it. But my staff are not the same. I can vouch for myself, but I can't vouch for my staff in as much as we try to discipline them. You understand? That happens, right? But the customer also needs to understand that the car you bought is not a brand new car. And even if you bought a used car, you do not buy a clean title. So that thing comes from there as well. Also, because an average Nigerian just has it at the back of his head that the mechanic wants to scam me.
Mhm.
When they are going to pick the car from the mechanic, their OCD kicks in.
Yeah.
But prior to the
So
car
when-
going to the mechanic,
They were not
They
paying
were
attention.
they were not paying attention.
Mhm.
But when they are not going to pick the car from the mechanic, OCD kicks in and they start noticing things that were not there before. And you are there looking like, I don't understand. This wasn't, and it starts becoming an argument, and they now come from the angle of customer is always right, and you're not trying to settle the whole matter. So what we do
Customer
to
is
manage
always
that,
right.
yeah, it's true. What we do to manage that is we try to document as much as we can, from every chip on the windscreen to every scratch. In fact, there are cars that have come to my workshop before that the customers don't even know that their windscreens were cracked because the crack happened on the darker side of the windshield at the bottom. Then they now say, I want to change my wiper blade. By the time you change the wiper blade, put it down,
Yeah,
customer's
crack my-
eyes now goes there. Your boy has cracked my windscreen.
Oh wow.
But the truth is he never saw it because the crack might start from the dark area and go and end in the dark area. It won't come to the transparent part where he will see it. So we try as much as possible to document this to manage all these situations. And I mean, I'm not perfect. I've also made mistakes in my career. But one thing I always do is I will stand for the truth. And I'll tell the customer, I'm not afraid. If I make a mistake, I'll own up. And let's find a way to solve it and move forward. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. Machines even make mistakes as well. Factory error. Don't we hear it? So who am I not to now make
I
a
had a
mistake?
thing with this customer where we worked on his car. I think we service, we do so many things. So I was out of town and he was out of town. So when he got back, his battery had shut down. So I said, okay, let me send you battery supplier's phone number. Let them come and deliver battery and install it. Next thing I get is a message saying, you and your boys don't spoil the thing where they use open my bonnet. And I'm like, and I said, this is me that sees certain things that are bad on your cars. I don't even tell you and I go ahead to fix it.
it.
So why would I see a problem and you think that I will neglect it? I said, do you know that these things can fail due to so many reasons? Being packed for so long, heat
Heat
and all of-
especially,
this
yeah.
thing
Heat
is
and plastic don't go well.
Yeah.
Me and him had the back and forth and all of that. I then also now looked at it. Customer is always right.
Abi.
I now send somebody down. Go and look outside.
Manage relationship.
Because you have to manage relationship,
Mm.
except you want to be hungry.
It's
true.
It's
You have to
true.
be hungry because this is a returning customer. After that whole incident happened, he still told me, okay, I want 2 cars. I said, okay, you're the boss, whatever you want. Name your price, name what you want, what's the budget, let's get it. So as soon as I told him, get out.
Get out now. You've lost those 2 cars.
I've
I wanted
lost
to buy.
those.
Yeah.
At least I'll make small commission and all of that.
Mhm.
So, but sometimes car owners, not even customers now, they need to understand that these cars are machines that have a very high tendency to fail
Yeah.
at different types. And a car is made up of millions of
components.
parts
Yeah.
that if one fails sometimes, it can affect 20 other things.
I know that this is your show, but I have a question I want to ask you. There's one particular problem that every single workshop that deals with new age cars cannot tell me they don't face. Because when he was talking about customers, that's when that thing clicked. Factory recalls.
Yes, yes.
See, there are some
That's a
issues
big
that are.
problem.
So let me now ask you the question: how do you deal with a factory recall issue that you know is a factory recall issue, but the customer is trying to peg it on you to say it was you or your boys or how you handled it that led to that damage? How do you deal with
Well,
it?
first of all, pray that you
That
have
does-
customers that
Understand
what a factory recall
Yes,
is.
Yeah.
exactly.
In a case where you have a customer that does not understand what factory recall is, okay, you go pay.
Maybe we should
Or
educate
in
people
a
self
good
that are
police
even
station.
watching now.
Yeah, because
What factory
look,
recall is
I will tell you one that I
I've suffered
experienced.
it.
I'll tell you
Trust
one that
me.
I experienced. A car was in our shop. I can't remember. I think it was. I can't remember what Benz it was, and there was a recall on the airbag. We were walking,
It has
and
happened
next
to me
thing, the
before.
airbag just exploded. The side curtain airbag just exploded. Boom!
It has happened to me.
Hey! I first of all went to sit down, ask for cold water.
You're even lucky the dashboard did not explode.
Because it ripped the roof. I was lost. Thankfully, the customer understood because I was able to pull out a bulletin that showed there was a recall for it. Now, this goes back to what I was talking about, systems in place. Many cars that have been brought into this country, the dealerships don't exist here.
Yeah, that's
So
that
you've
is-
now
is
bought a
Sarah.
car that the person that made it has told you there is no solution unless it comes back to me.
yeah.
Now you've bought that car, you brought it to Nigeria. You are going to live with that problem. That's the truth. Unfortunately, the mechanics that are not educated enough to know that this is a recall, they will now start going in a loop. That's when you now start hearing, I've been fixing the same thing 10 times. And the same thing is still happening. Why? Because you are fixing a recall with a part that has been recalled.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that solution is not going to come. You're only buying yourself time. But not many mechanics know this. So it just comes round and round and round and round. Before you know, the mechanic will say, before you know, that person will say, I know one Lieutenant Colonel General, DSP, AIG. Before you know, you're writing statements. And the mechanic now starts thinking of his life decisions.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big problem.
Yeah,
I
it's a big
know, it
problem.
is.
Recalls. So most times when a car comes and the customer explains everything to me, first thing I do is, if it's a recent car, I look up on in fact, on some cars, the recalls are as bad
Out
as
there.
transmissions and
Yes.
even engine.
Yeah.
On the new is it
LX.
engine
LX.
issues.
I pity people that are buying those cars.
Debris from
yeah.
if the manufacturer has already said from the plants, debris is in the
those-
engine.
Exactly. I know there was even one
Ah.
Audi I saw that they said maybe in the oil pump there's a rubber
Rubber that fails.
that fails.
Now
they're
look
meant
at
to
somebody who
change.
has just bought a 2020 car, a 2020, and let's just leave brands out of it. A 2020 car, and the manufacturer has already said there's a recall on the engine, that the engine has a high chance to fail because of debris from manufacturing. Now the person buys a 2020 car. An average Nigerian doesn't want to believe that a 2020 car can
spoil
ever
issues.
have a problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
He doesn't want to believe.
He says, it's not brand new. I bought
Do you
it
understand?
brand new.
Even if it's clean title, he doesn't want to believe that the car has a problem. Now you take that car to your workshop, you do service or you do whatever you want to do. You are now testing the car. The engine now fails. It failed because of the recall. But you now say, hey, no, your boy he was driving like a damn fool. He's driving the car like he stole it. Blah, 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 blah. And you start singing and making noise and making noise. And guess what? Because when you now say you want to settle, what are you going to do? Replace the engine. The engine you are buying in the market is what?
The recalled one.
You are going to still buy the same engine that has been recalled to put in the car. 1 year down the line, another, or even 6 or 7 months down the line, another issue happens. The customer will say, you are the one that sports the first engine. You gave me another engine that's not used up to 1 year. It has spoiled again. So you see where exposure, education, enlightenment matters. There are many cars that people should avoid that they don't know. They just buy because it's luxurious. Look,
Because it's big.
I mean,
Boy.
very, very, very. I mean, that what you just said is very, very, very.
So a lot of
very
people don't
important.
even
Like,
know.
they don't know.
even before buying cars, you have
They
to
don't know.
find
They
out
don't do
about
their
these
research. They
things.
don't
You have
know.
to do your research. because
Another
that's
thing.
crazy.
Some people say, because a lot of people are going to attack me, said that I never used to fix Audi in Nigeria. I'm driving Audi in the UK and all that. And I understood something quickly when I got there. The average weather conditions there are better than here. I will tell you for free. First things first, there's no dust. Do you know what dust does to anything material? Even to your
Yes,
skin.
it-
If you travel to UK, don't do anything. Just be sleeping and waking up. If you do that for 2 weeks, by the time you come back, your skin will tell you that there's a difference.
I agree.
Because there's no dust. Dust is a problem. 2, heat is another problem. Over there, they tell you an engine performs best when it's at optimal temperature. It's better for an engine to try to reach optimal temperature than for an engine to try to come down to optimal temperature. And that's what happens in Nigeria. I can tell you for free. Only when I drive spirited, that's heavy driving, and I park, that's when I even hear the fan of my car. Since I bought that car, almost a year, I didn't even hear the fan peak.
Wow.
Because the weather is cool.
Can
But
you
here,
imagine?
because of the heat,
Your
once you
fan-
switch on the AC, your fan is already
If you have the opportunity to even let the fan just remain there,
the fan
then
is already
let it-
blasting because the car is struggling to keep the temperatures down. So heat also affects it. And now everybody is trying to manage production cost and they are making a lot of things plastic.
Yeah.
And plastic will fail easily
Yeah,
when
easily.
exposed to heat because it becomes brittle. So that's why your Range Rover will forever overheat.
I even wonder why they do all those plastic pipes, plastic
Because
this.
in
I
their
think that's
region,
what
it doesn't have an issue. I'll give you an
They're
example.
trying to
Yeah?
reduce cost.
In summer, the temperature is probably 22, 23 degrees. And that happens for maybe just 1 month in 12 months. That's why most people they don't fancy AC over there. because the coldest any air conditioning can get is 16 degrees.
Yeah.
There's no AC that cools lower than
I've
16.
not seen it.
Even your car, the lowest is 16 degrees, maybe 14.
I've never seen 14.
Let's even just give that leeway. Maybe even 14. But the average weather conditions there is below 14. So that's why when they come here, you see that the AC is still factory. Yes, it's still factory because they rarely use it. You understand me? The car interior looks nice because there's no dust.
And windows are always
No matter how dirty a car user is in the UK, you cannot compare that to exposing your car to dust in Nigeria for 1 week. Yes. So all these things end up adding to the overall looks of the car. So that's why you see some cars will come in like, wow, 2010 car, see how fresh it's looking, because these conditions are not there.
True.
I mean, makes sense.
Do you understand? Then you see this issue of cars, their dashboard melting. They don't have that kind of heat there. So they don't have those problems. The problem happens when you move a car that was made for this region and you move it to this region. That's why you notice that a lot of people now are going to buy cars from Gulf region because we have similar conditions.
Yeah.
Those cars are built because they know high temperature, dust. They put those factors into consideration when building. But if you are going to buy an American spec car, it was made for the American market. You are going to buy a Europe spec car, it was made for the European market. Now you've taken it from there, you brought it to Nigeria. You've changed the conditions. So these are the problems that end up having a multiplier effect on the car. You now wonder, why is the Range Rover overheating? They don't overheat there, that's the truth. Take, for example, C300 or the M274 engine that is always having piston problems.
Always.
Those cars, they've been using them in Canada, they didn't have piston problems. They've been using them in America, they didn't have piston problem. Why? Because already Mercedes-Benz knew there was a problem with that engine. But you are using the right fuel, the right grade of fuel.
You'll be good.
E5 or E93 or whatever the quality is. You now bring it to Nigeria, where the fuel, we don't even know what we buy.
We don't know what we are using.
We don't even know the grade of what we are buying. People are saying the new refinery is producing the best fuel. What is the octane number? What's the grade? We don't know.
Is it 83? Is it, what is it?
We don't know.
Don't know.
Now you take a car from there, you now bring it here, you now put that nonsense we call fuel inside the car, you expect the car not to react. Ask anybody, let them comment on this video. Every single Tokumbo car that comes into Nigeria, the moment that Tokumbo abroad fuel finishes in that car, the first Nigerian fuel you buy into that car, you'll notice a difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even performance-wise.
I agree. And let me tell you how deep this goes. Most times when you remove that fuel pump container, if you remove the one from a Tokumbo car,
Yes.
these are still
It's
very
white.
White, yeah.
But go and remove the one that has been in Nigeria for like 2 years, it's brown.
Brown.
So the problem now gets complicated because logistics, transportation and storage of the petroleum products is the processes that are meant to make sure that transportation and storage are done properly are not there. No processes. So you see, this thing has a ripple effect. The fact that processes are not in place to properly store petrol ends up affecting valuables, cars. These issues then end up creating problems for us, mechanics who are fixing it. Processes. Somebody who, because the MOT system or the roadworthiness system doesn't have processes that make sure that those laws are abided by, what is the ripple effect? People's car breaking down on the road. Because a lot of people are naive, they don't know anything about cars. They only just kick and go. Now, the car breaks down on the road. Why? Processes are not there to keep it in check. A lot of problems we face here. Processes. Spare parts, processes.
Yeah,
we still spoke about it today.
Exactly. I was going to bring that
what they
up
bring
too.
in. What
parts,
is the minimum
crazy.
standard for what is brought in? Who vets them? Nothing. Your experience can only be enjoyed by your customer when you use the right parts. That's what I tell them. You can
Original
only enjoy
parts.
Yes, you can only enjoy my expertise when we use original parts. But when you now tell somebody that this is how much the part is, that's when you tell you that his brother knows one uncle that is an importer.
And then they bring in all manner of junk.
So most times I just tell the customer, you know, you're okay to bring your parts, pay me my labor. But just know I cannot give you warranty on anything you have bought. I'll give you a warranty on my repair process. So that because I still need the money now. I'll
Yes,
not say
sir.
because you're bringing the part, I won't
They,
fix it.
they will
So
now say that after they brought the parts to you, because you are not the one that bought the
you now
parts, you
spoiled
spoiled
it.
it.
Yeah, so people can actually go
Yeah,
as far as that.
it's some junk that they are bringing
Thank
to
you.
you.
Now, see where another issue of processes comes in.
Mhm.
There is no warranty from even the supplier who gives you the
Use
parts.
parts,
If you buy a
exactly.
brand new part and you've not even installed it, to return it is a problem.
Ah,
You cannot return it. It happened to me.
my battery got bad just this last week Friday.
Mhm.
No, I thought my battery got bad, but it was my starter. I changed the starter, but I told the mechanic just buy another new battery and bring so that just in
In
case.
case, yeah.
And he brought it. Then we put the starter and the car started once. I was like, there's no need. Till
Return the
today
battery.
like this.
Nah, no.
Battery is still in my boot.
Processes
can
are not in
imagine.
They
place.
say they're not
I bought a
collecting
battery
it.
for a customer, right? Sometime in 2023. The customer called me mid 2024 that the battery has issues. I went there and I went to look at it. I called the company I bought the battery from. Guess what? I had 4-year warranty on that battery. I took the battery back to the supplier. They took it and gave me a brand new one. I said Nigeria never.
Never.
I think you did a video on that.
I said Nigeria never. There's this gas burner that I use, right? Listen to this. There's this gas burner I use to hit bolts
Yeah.
when I want to loosen it, right? I bought that in January. I didn't even know that I had warranty on it. I bought it in January. So while using it, my neighbor borrowed it because there's a workshop nearby. It fell from his hand and the nozzle broke. And usually it comes with 3 different nozzles that spit out the fire in 3 different forms.
Mhm.
I got upset, but I was like, you know what? I need it for the job that I'm doing because the car was quite rusty. I went to the store that I bought it from and I told them I need this gas burner. And it was going to cost about 100 and something pounds. And my usual self, I just said, I bought one from you guys not too long ago and unfortunately it got damaged, while in use. And the guy said, oh, really? When did you buy it? I gave him my details. He checked, saw that I bought it in January. He told me, you still have 1-year warranty on it. I'm like, okay. So what does that mean? He said, yeah, if you can provide the canister with the nozzles, even with the broken nozzle, we'll give you a brand new replacement with a full canister of gas. I said,
You see, well,
I said, I'm coming. I went to the shop, got everything.
Mhm.
I was still in doubt. I took it back to him. He saw it. He saw that I still had little gas left in it. He saw the nozzles. He saw the broken one, which was my fault too.
Mhm.
Not a factory defect. It broke because not my fault. My neighbor used
Yeah.
it, but it broke as a result of improper use
Mhm.
or lack of care.
Yeah.
They gave me a brand new one and told me I've exhausted my warranty. So if this one breaks, I'm not getting repaired. I said, don't worry. What you say?
We take care of
I
this
will
like
take
a
care of
baby.
it. But that is part of the things we suffer here. I got a brand new one 11 months after.
Nigeria never.
You see, so all these processes that are not in place end up choking everybody who is in the system of service delivery.
Something happened to me.
Mhm.
A customer came. This same customer that I just mentioned, he had the steering rack problem. And I'm like, we'll buy steering rack. And so I checked Dubai. Steering rack was expensive for Ford. Yankee was expensive. One guy said, it has brand new here for 1 point something million. Okay. Anyhow, let's do 900. We shall agreed. I bought the steering rack. Now, my staff made a mistake. I think I was also not in the country. So what the guy did was he removed the entire old steering rack and installed the new one.
New one.
And then plugged it. And then we now went to programming and calibration and all. But apparently the new steering rack was first not as soft as the original one. And then there was advanced track light on the car. Oh yeah, part seller now. Come and collect your steering rack. He said you don't mount them for car.
You don't mount
now.
them for car. Not
Wait
you know.
till
Yes.
you they work now. You don't mount them. No be steering they turn like this. Okay, I go send my wire.
You know the funny thing is,
Bro, I bought another steering rack out of pocket. I had to go and find one guy that somebody described to me inside
That's
one
mental,
corner
man.
that collected the VIN
Mental.
number, told me to come back after 3 days. And then when I even went there, so the guy just put 3 steering racks on. So he's like, take this one. Wow, bro, as at that time,
you didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice because customer was on my neck. What do you want to say? It was out of pocket too. At some point at the end, when the customer's car was okay, we agreed, we bought. As at that time, what do you want to say? Before you know it is police.
Yeah.
Then you now start going to police station. But I tell them something. If we have this issue, as far as I do not defraud you, when we get to the police station,
We'll explain.
we'll explain.
I have
They'll
my
tell us to
evidence.
sit
Yeah.
down. We'll bring lawyer. What's case?
But you see why I
But
said
it's waste.
we are suffering. We are at the end of the day, we are suffering because there is no system in place. Ideally, this issue should have been isolated from the supplier because he should have given warranty on a brand new part. And if system were in place, he as well, from whoever he got it from, he will return it and that person will give him a replacement. But you see, because that system is not in place, see how it has cascaded down to now affect his own business, and he's now making a loss on something that was not his own fault. So it's very frustrating.
Crazy.
Trust me, it's very
In fact,
frustrating.
it's so bad that if you want to buy some parts, they'll tell you, do you want new one or do you want Tokumbo? If you say you want new one, they'll say they know they return
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah.
But guess what? The Tokumbo, they will take it back.
They will take it back. They can even give you 20.
The new one is even so crazy. Some of them, the moment you just put sockets, when they take it back, they'll first look at the socket points. Oh, guy, you don't socket this thing.
Yes, now.
Yes, so.
Something happened to me the day before yesterday for the 2021 GLE. One was leaving my shop. And then by the time we got to the owner's house, the logo in front had fallen off. I don't know how that happened. So I said, okay, well, let's send another logo back. Funny enough, customer was very nice. He was like, okay, I'll even pay for another logo. So I sent another logo and then I paid the supplier. They delivered logo. Logo did not fit because you know those cars have different variations. So I called the guy that, logo, come and carry your logo. This guy brought another logo. Good. We installed that one plug and play. Because I don't like all those we are walking.
No. Fits properly.
Because that one was saying, break the leg. And I said, I'll break the leg.
If you want to return
break the leg. So when he came, do you know what he did? Before he gave me that replacement, he inspected the old one that he gave me thoroughly.
Yeah.
To be sure that there was nothing
No
wrong.
imperfection.
You see, I mean there was one imperfection, but I'm paying for that second logo.
Yeah.
And the reason why I even decided to come by himself and bring that one is because of relationship.
Relationship. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Because it's you.
Because it's me. If it was just anybody that I did not know, bro, he's already telling you something.
Do you understand? So it's sad. Like I said, broken processes have cascaded into everybody's businesses and it's affecting everybody. Some of the issues that we have as mechanics are not even our fault originally, but it's just because processes are not in place. It's sad, but I mean, what are we going to do?
So before we round up, let me just ask you, just drop small update or advice for car owners out there before we round up. Just any updates that you can share with us.
I'll be very candid, right? A lot of brand new cars right now, and when I mean brand new, recent models from 2019, yes, to recent, many of them are released into the market with problems. And I'll explain to you why. There is this wave or this pressure to go green that is happening. Manufacturers are they are struggling to meet up because governments across the world have given them ultimatum that from a certain time, I think 2030 or 2035, they are going to ban production of internal combustion engines. I know they are still trying to review that. So that pressure is making them push out technology that hasn't been tested properly. Older cars, if you notice, the last model of every car had features the next model was going to have.
Yes.
Why did they do that? To test. So that when they see and they make mistakes, the model that is going to come out comes out almost spotless, almost faultless. But the pressure to go green, save the energy, save the eco, save the world, emissions and all that is pushing manufacturers to push cars out too quickly. And if you look at the list of cars that have been recalled by different manufacturers, it's very alarming.
Yeah, very,
very alarming. So because how would a manufacturer produce a car and there'll be debris in the engine? That's to tell you that they are trying to meet up, speeding things up unnecessarily. So please, the best advice I can give you, the internet is your friend. Do your research. Check for recalls. Check for issues. Check for feedback. Don't be part of those people that want to say, I want to be the first to have it. Because we will be your best friend. Yes, we will be your best friends. Trust me, our number will be on speed dial. Don't be in a hurry. You understand? Do your research. Check for reviews. Let other people test. Let the manufacturer give feedback. Then with that, and buy and you have rest of mind. That's the honest truth.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Baba don't drop updates.
As a big one. Before we close, I was just
Yeah.
going to ask: electric or combustion?
Combustion, please. Combustion has brother. Ew.
That's it.
Electric, brother. Ew.
I
What's that, brother?
Some days ago, I was driving and my windows were down, and I just did a little bit of aggressive driving, and I could smell that gas burn. And I had to ask my passenger, "Can you smell that?" The guy was like, "What are you
What
saying?"
I said.
I'm like, "Don't worry,
Don't worry.
But
just-
you know,
just
in the
forget it.
I just heard that in the UK they've scrapped they scrapped the whole stopping internal combustion engines by 2030. So
Mm.
the government has not given them an option, because there's this new flex fuel
Yeah,
and
flexible.
flex fuel and hybrid fuel. I don't know what they call it, that they want to make people start using now. So they are telling manufacturers to start making engines that can use those biodegradable fuels. Yes, because I know they do it for diesel as well. There's
Yeah.
biodiesel. So they've told manufacturers to start leaning towards that direction of using, because those biodegradable fuels have way low emissions, very, very low emissions compared to petroleum products.
Mm.
So I think they've lifted it, so most of them
You
are
used to
leaning
drive
towards that.
petrol?
But at least it's still better, because
That
you know,
joy.
I told people, when in the future, when people are still flying, God spare our lives, when people are doing electrical and flying up and down,
We
you'll
will be the-
once you just start hearing, don't look down, and maybe that.
Simple, man. But bro, that thing is joy.
Yeah, it
anytime,
is.
any
It
day.
is. It is. It is.
Anyways, thank you very much for your
Yeah,
time.
sure.
thank
sure.
you,
It's a
man.
lovely
I
time.
think-
Lovely time.
We have a short time to
Yeah.
discuss so many
There's
things.
still
One
a
of
lot
these
to talk
days,
about.
because
Mhm.
there's a lot
There's
to
There's
talk
a whole
about.
lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And if they allow us, we can be here till tomorrow.
No lies.
And that's one thing about cars that I've noticed. It can keep men, women, car lovers together in a place for hours.
And you have
talking
no
about-
idea that time has
And
gone.
you have no idea that time has gone.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's one thing that everybody should focus on. They should always let this car passion or car love bring out the positive in them. So, I'm not saying anything negative, but there should always be continuous love in the car community.
Very necessary.
So we
very
always
necessary.
fight, we always, but the
Everybody-
big dogs there, we respect you guys like
Mhm.
you, the OG,
Mhm.
before IG.
Yeah.
We respect you guys. And the upcoming guys,
Yeah.
man, the sky's your stepping stone. That's what I
Definitely,
need to tell
definitely.
you
There's
guys.
enough bread for everybody.
Yes,
bro.
Yeah.
enough. Thank you very much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I really
Alright.
appreciate it.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Yeah, sure.
So you
Yeah.
guys remember to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you also follow if you're on Instagram, or you subscribe if you're on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. And also don't forget to follow
The
the
Autodoc.
Autodoc on Instagram. Like there's so many videos and there's so many things you will learn. So don't forget to do that.
And for those in diaspora as well, there's the Autodoc
Exactly.
UK.
Exactly. So don't forget to do that. All right. See you guys later.